Hey, happy holidays. I just wanted to give everybody an update on what is going on with Behringer, as I feel like the discourse on the internet is a whole lot worse than the conversations that are actually happening between myself and Behringer. I also wanted to be as transparent as possible moving forward, since this is about charity, not about synth drama. In the past week or two, I've communicated with a whole lot of people regarding that video, and among them is Uli Behringer himself. While none of this is formalized yet, I've been asked to personally oversee a very generous charitable project, and I would be doing so voluntarily, not as a paid employee or even an ambassador of Music Tribe or Behringer. Like I said, this is very tentative. I am definitely not popping any champagne yet. I'm not even sharing the details publicly, but I do have faith that there is some light at the end of the tunnel and a very happy ending that will help a cause much larger than any of the synth drama that you heard in any of these previous videos. And somewhere down the line, I would really love to make videos for this channel that highlight the impact of music education in children in lower income areas of the world. If you don't recognize him from Behringer's videos in response to my video, let me formally introduce you to Vladimir. Vladimir runs Pro Shows, which is a major music gear distributor based out of Brazil that distributes music gear throughout Latin America. I would like to compare it to something in the United States, but I think the systems are just too different and I can't really come up with a comparison for Pro Shows. About a week ago, Vladimir made a video explaining his role and the challenges in getting these synths to kids, and when privately speaking to him, he asked me to repost that video on this channel, and if I just reposted his video sticking up for Behringer without any other context, people would contact the police or be combing the woods for my body. But seriously, I do want to be 100% transparent, and I do think that my viewers should hear Vladimir's explanation of why Uli's pledge has not reached children yet. Nobody is forcing me to air this. I'm not doing it as a favor to anybody. I'm not being paid to do it. I'm not being sued by anyone. There isn't a sniper pointing a gun at me anywhere. So without further ado, let's hear from Vladimir, who recorded a video with a potato telling us his side of things.
Hello everyone. I decided to record this video to clarify, some issues regarding a program, a donation program, synth donation program that is being done by Uli and myself. My name is Vladimir. I am from Pro Shows, Brazil. Pro Shows, I am the CEO and the founder of the company. Pro Shows is the leading company in MI audio, pro audio and lighting imports and distribution in Brazil. Probably when many people that will see this video will tell, Vladimir is doing this because he is a friend of Uli and because he's Behringer distributor, which is true. Uli and myself, we are friends since a long time. We trust each other, and also
when Vladimir posted his initial video, I asked around and found out that he is not only a business partner of Uli Behringer's, but a close personal friend of Uli's. And I don't actually see a problem or even anything suspicious about this, because I would imagine that if Uli wants to donate 1,000 synths to underprivileged children, he would contact his good friend who is a distributor and has a lot of resources and a massive network in Latin America where you have a lot of underprivileged children. So
I am Behringer distributor, but we are also distributor of Fender, Marshall, Shure, Focusrite, Washburn, Gator, Honor, TC, and many other brands. And all those guys are also my friends. I do the best I can to promote the brands and to sell the products here in Brazil. And about 1 year ago, Uli had started with a campaign to donate 1,000 synths around the world to children in need. And well, I have heard about this campaign. I contact with Behringer, and they told me, I told them that I want to do the same in Brazil, and Uli called me, I think it was in January, and asked me to coordinate, this action in Latin America, because I know Latin America countries, and I know the dealers here, and I accepted because it is a wonderful idea. So I invited my colleagues, distributors from Argentina, Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay. And they accepted to take part in this program. And then I think it was in March, April, we start doing that. But it's a very difficult thing to do. Can you imagine, to find organizations that really need, that they don't have assistance. So we have to select, we have to search, we have to select, to make the due diligences.
Vladimir has personally told me that he is very committed to prioritizing regions, countries, and communities that are typically ignored by charities and donors. And I think that that's a great idea. If I may offer some constructive criticism to Behringer, while Vladimir was doing all these things that he's saying, which is pretty commendable and awesome, Behringer's Facebook page had a bunch of stuff about Peter Kern and Cork Sniffer and all of that stuff. Like the Cork Sniffer video alone had 3D modeling, 3D animation, voiceover, etc. Why don't you just take those resources and show us what your generous donations are doing on another continent? Like watching just even a short video showcasing what Vladimir and his partners are doing with Uli's money would make me feel a lot better about owning that Neutron back there.
And in March, with the pandemic, we had to stop or to suspend everything because we had no one to talk with because everything was closed. Eventually, and finally, in August, we started the program again, making the research. Yeah, I put, some people of my team working on this project. And in November, we finished, the research of all the entities in South America, in Latin America. So we have today a list of about 145 entities that will be receiving the things in next year. And it takes a long time because it's a very difficult thing to do.
You could look at this as a devil's advocate or as a point in Behringer's corner, but what he's describing is not at all efficient for tax deductions. For example, me in the United States could not deduct a contribution to a foreign charity or any charity that doesn't have 501c3 status.
To find the proper entities to get the goods, yeah? So we are ready now. The goods are ready to be shipped. I contacted all the distributors already, and they will be now bringing the goods to their countries, and then later they will donate this to the selected entities. But this still will take a few months because it's a long journey. It's a long way, since the goods are bringing from China to deliver there. So I am very happy with this, because I do the same. I have been making donations, to schools and other entities since I started my business. Yeah, as Uli also do. He does this many times and he does not go and tell people this. So we have this alignment because the values regarding this specific point are similar. So it's a beautiful project. And I feel very bad when people go there and say, blah, blah, blah. No, this is fake. This is not. This is real.
Hey, I am with you there. People are accusing me of making a fortune off of YouTube ad revenue. Some people have threatened to fabricate things to try and get me canceled. I've been repeatedly asked if I am Jewish or accused of being Jewish, and I don't even know what's going on anymore. So Vladimir, I'm sorry, and I understand if people have been rude to you. This community can be super toxic, and there are just a lot of people who refuse to empathize with somebody that they were not initially aligned with.
This is real. I tell you, if you have doubts, call me and I will explain you the details and I'll send you the list of the entities that will get the goods. So if you want to help, you go there and tell that you want to donate some money or some equipment or even your time to help us on this project. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye.
I kind of wish he didn't say thank you at the end and it just ended with a gunshot like a gangster rap video. I don't regret making my video or any of this because it has shined a light on a relatively forgotten charitable initiative. And behind the scenes, it has started the discussion on proactively moving forward with it in a more efficient way. I'm sure some people watching this are already suspicious of my faith and optimism in Behringer or this project moving forward. but if this is to be impactful in children's lives, then I need to be faithful and optimistic. It would be great optics for me to just say, "F you, Behringer, you're evil, I'm never working with you again." But it wouldn't sound quite as cool explaining my ethical superiority to a music education charity that I was trying to connect with Behringer. It's beyond frustrating how hard it is to get some people to believe this, but this isn't about YouTube views or virtue signaling. If you need to take sides, then consider taking the side of using these resources to inspire children with music education. I hope that the transparency continues, and I hope that soon I'll have some really amazing news and a happy ending to this whole situation. In the meantime, if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments or contact Vladimir directly. I'll link to his previous video and his email in the description. For those of you who are so weirdly mad that I'm virtue signaling or trying to get woke tickets, save yourself a whole lot of frustration and just stop watching my channel, because you're gonna need triple bypass surgery when I do my video on sexism in the music industry. So that's all, just a little update on what's going on and a little bit of good news that will hopefully be a whole lot of good news. Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah.